I have a dream where the powerful and the powerless will sit at the same table, where the haves will see the have-nots, not as burdens, but as brothers, where class will not divide us, but conviction will unite us. I have a dream that the oligarchs will remember we must all eat, that the brown-faced neo-colonialists will remember who they are and whose they are. I have a dream that fraternities will build beyond internal architecture into a national bond, that the walls of design will give way to the bridges of brotherhood, not a fraternity of symbol, but a brotherhood of substance. I have a dream that we remain focused, that we stay in our conviction and remain fearless, that we double down, fortified, to return this Bahamian to the foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Foundation with Howard Grant. Grateful to be in your company always. Jamming with you here on a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, Wednesday afternoon out here in the city of Nassau. Wherever you are listening in and tuning in with us. I get a little echo. Wherever you are listening in and tuning in with us, I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to do that. This is The Foundation with Howard Grant, as we continue to be able to jam with you and talk about where we are and what we're doing here in the country. We're getting into another phase. We talked about this. We're getting into another phase, another dispensation, another time. The Progressive Liberal Party has enjoyed some 4 years now of post-victory since 2021. This is 2025. September 16th is when they stepped into victory. And as a result of that, this kind of a time, a lot of persons are taking the time out to really be able to grade them, to identify some of the things that they've done, the SWOT analysis, the strengths, their weaknesses, the opportunities, threats, the goods, the bad, so forth and so on. And as a result of these particular things, we have last year on our former space, we have created an element that we would have been able to and kind of deduce. We've created a sort of the standard and saying this is how we want to be able to identify our members of parliament. This is what we want to do. And then we sort of deduced it. We said, all right, has a member of parliament done this? Have they been here and done this? Have they done this? Have you seen them in this area? What do you think about them? Boom, boom. We've identified that and we sort of quantified it against some of the things that we've been able to see in the constituency. So we had persons call in and vote. And so in October, we're going to be getting into dissecting leadership. We've done that before, done that last year. And in October of this year, again, we're going to bring it back and talk about dissecting leadership, right? This is not dissecting leadership, but what this is an opportunity to be able to get back in there. Can you see me? Because I'm looking on the Facebook thing and I'm good? All right, so we're getting into this kind of a space and we're jamming the way that we are and being able to talk about this, right? I'm grateful to do this, and today is a wonderful day to be able to get into some information and really being able to jam like that. I'm grateful for my very first guest, for Member of Parliament guest, right? My very first Member of Parliament guest, all the way from the constituency of Yamacraw, being able to come here with us. He's the Minister of State for the Environment, and he has floated his way in Grand Bahama. I knew him from Grand Bahama, right, and found his way here in Nassau. He has been in unions. He's been in advocacy for a very long time, and he found himself back in this sort of an advocacy from a community standpoint, from a constituency standpoint, and he's now the Member of Parliament for the constituency of Yamacraw. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to none other than the Honorable Zane Lightbourne.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you for having me here. And hello to all of your listeners. Hello, Yamacraw.
It's wonderful to have you, man. I'm grateful that you're here with us. And introduce yourself. Let persons know who you are, or those persons who are on TikTok and whatnot, maybe just sliding through, not necessarily knowing who you are. Talk to me about it.
Okay, so I'm Zane Lightbourne. As you said, I am the Member of Parliament for Yamacraw, the great constituency in the East. I am a Lutheran bred young man. My family hails from Eleuthera, Greencastle. I schooled in Roxtown. I lived in Roxtown. And Cat Island, my mother was from Cat Island. At the age of, I think it was 23, I was sent to Grand Bahama on my first teaching assignment, where I made my home for about 15 years.
As I know you from Grand Bahama.
Yeah, and then a lot of people thought I was from Grand Bahama.
I really did.
And then I
You were nestled in the place, doing your thing, cutting it up, but not doing your thing. We thought you were a part of the community.
Now I was a part of it, but that's how I dive into the community. Once I'm there, I believe in people. I believe in this country. And I think that we make our mark when we make an impact on the lives of people. And so as an educator, I was able to do that. And then my career brought me back to the capital, where I served at the time I was the vice president of the union, and then became the acting president of the union. But I was also in school management. I was an administrator. I was vice principal, senior master. I worked at Government High, R.M. Bailey, St. George's, Jack Haywood High School, and then school management in the Ministry of Education. So I did about 24 years in education. And then I stepped into politics and continued service to my community and my country. I think that my journey has been one that has been inspired by many, many good legends who have come before us, and persons who are humble in their attributes to serve their country and to serve people.
You know, it's a wonderful thing, many times I sit in this particular space, and like a lot of the guests who are watching and listening in, I get to know persons who are sitting with me. You know what I mean? Like I sit here and I interview you and I ask questions, and I'm kind of blown away about things that I find out through the course of these conversations. But the truth is that I know you. And I keep telling persons that I know you, and met your brother, and he and I became very good friends and whatnot. I know your convictions, right? And I believe in one way or another we might be family, because he is a Lightbourne, and these Lightbournes come from Turks Island.
Oh yeah, all connected.
And the Grants come from Turks Island.
Yes.
Right. So I know that we have that kind of a connection, right? And so I'm looking at it, listening to these particular things, and even when I provide my analysis about what my expectations are for these various constituencies, I'm always cautious about what my expectations are from Yamacraw. I know a lot of persons have been able to speak about what their thoughts are across the board, but it may be a little bit too early for that in many instances. But I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me about how things are going in Yamacraw over the past 4 years. I want you to talk to me about that. Over the past 4 years, you've just celebrated, the PLP has just celebrated 4 years come September 16th of victory, and being able to find itself in the position of authority in the country and being able to change some things. How are things looking in the constituency of Yamacraw?
I would rate things as pretty good in Yamacraw, and getting better. We are going to continue. We have done well. Let me say first of all, when I've been at the position of measuring people's performance. I've been an administrator. I had to evaluate teachers, and there was always something that we learned, and in different capacities of my life, where I had to measure persons' performance, either who worked along with me, under me, or in some cases even the political sphere. So I look at where we're at and then where you're trying to get. So as a person who live in my constituency, well, I live on the border of my constituency, so I live as a part of as a part of the Yamacraw community. I didn't like the fact that there are a few things that I thought could be solved in a manner where you were making people's lives better.
This is your observation.
My observation.
Since you've been living in the constituency.
Right. And so when I got involved, the lighting, even on the main Prince Charles area, was poor. There were a lot of people complaining. They'd say, and I'll vote for you even if you just fix this light, which was out for years and years on my corner. and they would complain about derelict vehicles littered, because the community is such a, in my estimation, is prestigious community. And you have persons who would move in and they would think that they can do whatever they want in their little space, and it doesn't impact the greater community. So we had constant dumping in the bushes, and people finding empty lots to do those type of things. And I wanted to also impact young people. And because of the number of at that time, I remember there was this spike in violence, particularly in my area in the Elizabeth Estates, where, well, you know, that's the border between Elizabeth and, so we share Elizabeth Estates between Elizabeth and Yamacraw. But I wanted to reach the young people there, so I wanted to do more for them. I wanted to walk in the footsteps of some of the better MPs, some of the greater MPs that would have served there. And so we got to work on day one. So we came in September, we ratified somewhere in October, in terms of Parliament and our portfolios and everything else. And by November, I put lights. I had the colony
The
park
issue that
lit up.
that has been lingering for years is one of the first things that you dealt with.
Yes. And so I started to embark on repairing lights in the area. So I engaged with the companies that were working for the government. And, you know, you have to keep them in the area and identify stuff that they have to do. And, of course, provide some assistance to make sure that they stay in the area because they have multiple areas. Mm-hmm. I'll put it like that. So we were...
That's a good way to put it.
We were very active in making sure these lights get on. And some weren't easy to do because some things they needed excavation underground, and other agencies like Works to be able to dig. But we managed to make a huge difference in the lighting. We lit up parks. We now have internets on the park. We now have a central dump site in Yamacraw where persons can do residential waste.
And everybody knows about this location.
We're many people. We're trying to make sure more Yamacraw, because we found that most of the East now have been using the dumpsters. When I put them in a location there, one of the parks where I do a farmer's market, it became too much for the community there, so we moved it to the entrance of Stokes Beach, right there on the property. We've worked out a deal with the property owner there to have those.
That's where you come around the curb, and just as you're going down Prince Charles on the property on the left hand side.
Yes.
Okay.
It's well, it depends on which way you're coming from. It's at Stokes Beach, the entrance of Stokes Beach.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, and we did a beach cleanup there. Recently, we partnered with a group from Blue Lagoon to do a beach cleanup there. But we have been pretty much cleaning up the area, clearing down bushes to make it safer, making the area brighter, enhancing the parks. Even though I don't have the budget to change park equipment and to do those type of things, we've just recently. I've partnered with a private organization company also to just pave the basketball court again at the Elizabeth Estates police station. In the back of that station, there's a park, and we're going to stripe that. We're going to make that park a beautiful park for the children that play there. And, you know, just making the community better. When we say we do more in Yamacraw, we can point to a farmer's market that's consistent, where we promote entrepreneurs and artisans who want to come out and sell candles. They want to sell fruits and vegetables. They want to sell baked goods, even Bahamian breakfast and grill. They want to hang out and play dominoes. They want to hear a little rake and scrape music. You have persons who also sell other craft items that they make, authentic Bahamian items. So we're promoting entrepreneurship. We have a student health center that we created when we first came in, and we were using the library and the school, the Thelma Gibson School, which is actually an Elizabeth constituency, but because our children go there, we partner with that school to do some things. Mm-hmm. And we have helped those children we have opened an urban renewal office in Elizabeth Estates, as I would have promised. And so we have students now getting not only help with homework, but also they're learning how to do things like sew and other things they're interested in. Urban Renewal is going to do a band in the Elizabeth Estates area, a marching band, so that's a plus. And we also have a seniors exercise that goes on every Friday, done through Urban Renewal and the Urban Renewal Center. We've been able to have a job fair that was fantastic. Probably one of the more active job fairs on the island.
And this over the course of the last 4 years of what you've been doing.
Oh yeah,
And this is It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, if persons, and we keep our evidence, because sometimes people are not connected with their communities. I have some persons who say they live
in there,
yeah,
but not necessarily connected.
Not connected.
To it.
Some people they say, "But I live here for 30 years." And I would say, name who lives down. Who all live through this?
They don't know these people.
They know one or two. I know the person lived next door. Oh, I see this other one that's come and go. But we don't talk to each other anymore as community.
That's a good observation.
So many of us, we want to see the community come back.
Yeah.
We want to see our children play together.
Yeah.
We want to see our neighbors look out for each other.
Yeah.
Help areas to be safe through just, if you see something, say something. Partner with the police. And so we have enhanced the park at Colony with changing a whole boardwalk that goes over a pond, restoring the pond there to make sure live.
You've been working.
Yeah, we've been working. And I'm just naming, and in the middle of this, we've been doing some door-to-door, which is very difficult because sometimes it's time-consuming. You identify about 30, 40 houses you want to touch, and at the end of the evening, you've only done 15 because some people want to talk for longer.
You can't touch 40 houses in one evening. So you know that.
Yeah, well, they don't know that.
And you come from old school people, so when mama start talking, you ain't gonna cut her off.
Yeah.
You can sit down and listen.
Yeah, right. And so we have an office that's open. I have office hours every Thursday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. unless I'm off island. But then I catch up on other days when I can't do that. I go and meet people. We've just celebrated a 90-year-old birthday. So when we can pop up and do things like that, I have an excellent team. And we go around cleaning the sides of the roads where persons may drop stuff off.
And this is outside of World Cleanup Day or this day or that day. This is something that you do on a regular basis.
I have some fellas right now who I can call, all right? The team, when you hear the Beast from the East, is a team of guys, right? And some females.
The Beast from the East.
Yeah.
That sounds like Revelations. We need to calm down.
So they go in beast mode and they just knock these things out. We've been repairing signs and replacing signs, and it's been extremely busy. But when persons don't see, then they criticize, and I'm like, what measurement tool are you using? Because you can go on Facebook and you can see the people who walk with me, who work with me. And I don't boast about me, Zane Lightbourne. Zane Lightbourne is more than just an individual. I am a member of parliament with a group that represent, that do the work, that actually walk, that answer the phone, that because I have to be multiple places. And so, that's impossible to be multiple places at multiple times. So you need a good team.
Yeah.
And shouts out to my hardworking team. Right now, the branch is led by Daniel Thompson and a very active group. We're getting ready to do campaign, but we in campaign mode. A lot of people say, what are you doing?
Sir, it ain't on you yet, but it's creeping up.
When it comes, they will know.
It's creeping up. Because, there's a sentiment, like I said, the PLP has enjoyed the success of being able to be in government. They held it on now for 4 years, being able to celebrate that. The PLP government has made significant moves. In the initial 2 years, there was sort of turbulence, and I always admit that I had put significant work to the Prime Minister, indicating that his posture from an external standpoint going off in comparison to what he's doing locally didn't weigh out. And I said, as soon as he shifts that, and he did. And so I'm watching him, and I'm watching the PLP, and I'm watching with great interest. Now, like you said, we're not necessarily in campaign mode just yet, but the Free National Movement has ratified some candidates. And with the ratification of those particular candidates, one of the candidates that has been ratified is the former Member of Parliament and former, I think he was in a ministerial capacity. Or as Minister of State capacity, Ellsworth Johnson for the constituency of Yamacraw. So we may not necessarily be in campaign mode, but we're gearing up for that.
Yeah, and what I say is they have to send somebody. And I just say, march our record of service. You can talk a lot of talk, you can bash me. I don't expect for his people to talk positively about me, but be honest and just talk about our work. Let's look at where we were, where we came from. Like I said, let's look at lighting and improvements. Let's look at the improvement and the impact on people's lives. Let's look at how much persons now are employed, even though we're always looking for more employment for people because we're trying to get everybody employed in Yamakroa. But the amount of people who can boast of the work that's being done, and is never perfect, because as long as you live with the community have to continue to work to improve, to be better, and also to maintain and sustain the way of life that either you want or that you have. And so we are working, and we'll continue to work. It's like building a house. Some things will be done in year 4 that haven't been done in previous years. If you hire a contractor to build your house, and he says it's going to take me 2 years to build this house, but you fire him because he ain't finished in a year and a half, that would be costly to you. It'll be counterproductive.
I never heard this analogy before. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because the infrastructural work and the development work, ensuring that everything is put in place, is the majority of the work.
Yes.
Everything else is just accoutrements, is just decorations. Because once we have this hard work done, we could do the rest of this in 6 weeks.
Precisely. So as you see things begin to speed up, it's because we're strengthening the economy.
Wow.
And working as a government, I have to be there present. We have to be at the table. I have to make sure my colleagues understand that when I need improvements in my area, like the sidewalks that we have extended in the constituency, when I need improvements like when now putting water on the parks to make sure that we have bathroom and facilities on the parks and that kind of thing. There's so much to be done in the background before you actually do the work. So this is something that we're embarking on. You'll see the next phase coming into force.
Now I got to ask you this, and then I want to get into some stuff because I know you only got an hour with me, but I got to ask you this. This is our ability to be able to talk about what we've done and articulate that and break it down. Like you said, some people may be detached from the community, but there are those persons who have input. They may have their bias, but they also have input. And we've watched in other constituencies where, despite the fact that this may have been a leaning PLP constituency or a leaning F&M constituency, when a member of parliament comes in there and make a significant impact, they have to, like you said, be honest, come to the forefront and say, hey, listen, man, this fella, dude, he did well. He did well, right? What is the sentiment that exists for you or that you're hearing? And guys, you can call in and say that I got to call in, but you could call in and tell me, what is the sentiment that exists in Yamakroa about you, about your work, and about the expectation for your return? Guys, hit me up with a text. You can text right there, online, YouTube, or the text number's right at the bottom there. You can be able to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the feedback has been very positive, very encouraging. But I've learned to fight like the underdog. And so we don't take a day off. We don't get comfortable on our laurels. We understand that there's always more work to be done. Like the Prime Minister always reminds us, we have done a lot, but we have a lot of work to be done. But the feedback has been tremendous. We walk, and when we do, you can check our Facebook page because we document. So when people say, oh, you ain't been in my area, and then I'm able to show them their house, then, you know, it's a feeling of, I'm glad that we have records of what we have done. So the feedback is excellent, and I want to continue that, and we'll continue to engage with the community.
Let me take this telephone call. There's a caller coming through right now. Hopefully they're calling about Yamakroa and being able to tell me that. Caller, go ahead. Call back, please. 827-0111, 827-0111. I'm not going to answer while he's speaking, so y'all please forgive me. You could be able to give me a call, 827-0111, and we can be able to have that good conversation with you, right? The call is coming through right now. Let me take that call. Good afternoon, caller. Thanks so much for calling, dialing into the foundation. You're on with Howard and Member of Parliament for Yamakroa, Zane Lightbourne. Answer the phone. Go ahead.
Hi, good day.
Hi.
I am calling from the Team Z, the team to be reckoned with. We work really hard day and night in the constituency, and we are proud to call Honorable Lightbourne, our Member of Parliament. He not only answers the phone, but he answers the call. He does the work. And when he's unable to do the work, we are able to pick up the mantle and get it done. His team is really strong. We work really hard day in and day out. And I'd like to thank him for his continued support for the community, most especially those in the Elizabeth Estates.
Thank you so very kindly for your telephone call. We really do appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. Guys, you can give me a call, 827-0111. Please forgive me if I hung up on you. I only got one line. I'm working on that, Zane.
Hey, you doing well, man? Hey, beautiful. Congratulations, Howard. This is a beautiful setup.
I got one line now, right?
Listen, there's a generation of young persons who still know how to hustle, you know? Until,
Zane, you know, it's me.
Yeah. Beautiful. When I walked in here, I was very impressed.
Thank you, my brother.
Good job.
I want to thank you so much. And my producer has been able to create this kind of environment, so I'm grateful for that. Let me take this next telephone call. Call on the line with us live. Go ahead. Let me see if we can get that. Oh, Lord. Hold on. This ain't you. This me. Hold on. Call back again, guys. That ain't you. That's me. Okay? Go ahead. 827-0111. 827-0111. I'll try to give you a call instead of you calling me so we can be able to have everything laid out. Please forgive me for that.
Telephone number
you calling me?
242-825-1584. Catched.
Call on the line with us live. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man. What's happening with you?
I'm good. This your old buddy Charlie.
What's up, Charlie?
Right here, man. I see you got my good minister on it today.
He's sitting down with me. He's a good, decent man.
Hey, what's happening, Chief? Hey, Mr. Grant, I can tell you one thing. 2 terms. That's all I gotta say. This man is a revolutionary. Yeah, genuine, man of the people, accessible, answering the phone all day, every day, working. Can't say he ain't working. The proof is in the pudding.
That's excellent, man. Charlie, I appreciate that. So you say 2 terms for him?
Mr. 2 terms, and we from Z-Town. That's where we live.
Z-Town.
Z-Town.
All right, my brother. I appreciate you, Charlie. Thank you so much, man.
Man. Take it easy.
Thank you for your telephone call. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, guys. 827-0111. 827-0111. You can be able to get me in there. And we are just talking with none other than Zane Lightbourne right here, being able to talk to us about these things and things that's happening in the constituency of Yamacraw and how he's doing in that particular area. Now, we're getting some good calls. All right, guys, call us about that because there are some sentiments that exist. Like I said, I know that there is this sort of a flaming in the air. I don't know. I guess it's the first sneeze before you really catch a cold, right? So this is sort of a shift in the environment. A lot of persons are gearing up and really looking at politics to say that this is a change and this is some things that we're going to be able to see happen. I got a next telephone call coming in. Hold on now. Hold on. Call on the line with us live. Go ahead. Calling you on with us live. Go ahead. Hello. All right, give me a call back. Maybe you don't hear me. 827-0111. 827-0111. You can be able to give a call or you can be able to text me on that line and we can be able to talk about those things. So you get good. The people calling in and they're speaking well of you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate people. Howard is not, when you in the position of politics and you pick a side, right? You're going to have natural enemies. So I remember when I was a teacher, everybody loved me because I was a teacher. And then I got into the union, and so the people who were picking for the other side of the officers automatically didn't like me because I wasn't on their side. And then now it's the same thing with politics. But we have gained so much support from other parties, from members of other parties in the constituency of Yamacraw. I don't take that for granted. But and people compare me to long-serving MPs and say, well, you need to pick up your socks, or you need to, or you need to do this, or you're doing well, or you're doing this compared to this. But the fact that you can compare me,
you get honest criticism.
So I get honest criticisms.
You know, because listen, let me tell you something.
Unfair. I get some honest
criticism. Listen, even if they're unfair with you, that's good. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because when Bahamian people tell you, no man, you straight, man, you straight. Don't worry about that. You straight. You covered.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah, you can't. Right. So we don't take any for granted, So you take criticism and praise, and to compare me to anyone who served 15 years and 20 years in Parliament in 4 years, we just hit the 4-year mark. I say, well, we doing something. And I always use the word we because I'm not alone.
You can't do it by yourself. It's a team.
You can't do it by yourself. It's a team. And we have a strong team in Yamoussoukro. I encourage persons to, the office is right opposite. We made it central, right opposite Treasure Cove, right on Yamoussoukro Hill Road. Where the little ice cream parlor was, we have J&A convenience store, I think, there.
Let me take a telephone call.
Yes, certainly.
Call on the line with us live. Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to ask Mr. Lightbourne if would he let his children play on the parks in Yamoussoukro, because I live in Yamoussoukro, and it's hard for my children to come out there and play, and what on the swings with hardly working.
Which park?
Grass, which you have to navigate your way through. Just want to know if the honorable minister
Hold on. Before you go, because that was a quick throw you threw. But which park we talking about?
Yeah, any park in Yamoussoukro.
Any park?
Just get funding for any parks. I just want to know that.
Okay, man. I thank you. I can let him answer that. Thank you so much.
I thank the caller, and this is an opportunity to educate the caller. So the Beaches and Parks Authority is responsible for repairing equipment on the park. We don't really engage because we don't have the budget to do that. We try to make sure the parks are clean because the contract is given through the Beaches and Parks Authority. So we monitor it, send guys to do extra work. We cut the trees and maintain the parks. I actually tell them visit Colony Park. Yamoussoukro has 9 parks. So I know that the caller may not be genuine. I'm not challenging that he isn't living in Yamoussoukro. I'm just saying, if you identify that the parks are not up to standard for kids to play, then you're not being totally fair to the people who work to maintain those parks. We have some parks that need attention. I've spoken with the Beaches and Parks Authority on this and asked them to change some equipment. We're doing some ourselves, but we only can stretch because, like I said, we don't have the budget for that. But we stretch as much as we could. We had to go on our Facebook page. I challenge the caller or any person. Come to the office or ask somebody who live in your constituency about the park in the area. Go on our Facebook page. We had a back-to-school event with hundreds of children. We gave away 500 plus bags, school supplies for children, laptop, tablet, bicycle for persons with grades who had high grades in their classes.
We gave bicycles?
Yeah, we gave away.
You can cause a fight.
No, it's not. It's not for everybody.
We're not get a bike. He's smart,
right? And, so it was. And we always have events on our parks. As a matter of fact, the Nassau East Park, for example, has a tennis court. They can come. Children come out to play, and we invite people to come out to our farmers market every other Saturday. We're there. And the
which one? This in Eastwood?
No, the Eastwood isn't part of my constituency.
Okay.
This is Nassau East, South Boulevard.
Okay.
So the park there, they can take a look at the park in Winton. One of the parks where we have, and the 3 parks that I've named, we have internet on the park and lighting, and we put the play area, protection area around where children play. Also did a maintenance tree cutting recently on the Winton Park, and we've put bins for persons to be able to put trash, but we noticed that people bring in their residential garbage and piling up the bins in one shot. So we're trying to get the cooperation of our people who live in these areas to help us to keep our community clean. We all have to do it together. But the gentleman, he just need to take a visit. And the fact that he couldn't tell me one park of the 9 that we have, and we've just paved the basketball court at Elizabeth Estates Park, and I just mentioned of what we're doing on that park. So I would say the proof is in the pudding.
Well, most recently you see that the Nassau Guardian has taken on this kind of a position of being able to evaluate all the parks and the beaches and being able to kind of do this story like that. And they put in significant heat on Mikhail Bonham. Mikhail was supposed to be with us today. He'll be with us next week, Tuesday, to be able to talk about what Beaches and Park is doing and what he's doing in his particular capacity. So there is, like I said to you, there is an amplified, even if it ain't like a boulder that's dropped just yet, there is at least a shift in the air, almost where you could be able to smell when the rain coming. It ain't reached yet, but you could say it about to rain. That the political time is here, and so persons are looking at these things, and they may not necessarily evaluate you based upon your last 4 years and all the accomplishments that you've had then, but they evaluate you, unfortunately, based upon how they feel right now.
Yeah.
And what they see right now or don't see at this particular time.
Right. And it's easy to do opposition politics sometimes too, because I can sit down and talk about what hasn't been done all day. But how do you really evaluate someone? You evaluate them on what have been done, what's left to be done, how much you're working, how much you're able to make a change and a difference. And so I know we're gearing up, like you said, for the election season, but I still believe that there's some genuine Bahamians out there who are non-political, who will give you honest criticism and honest praise. And so we focus on the work, and we focus on the positive to make sure that we are progressing forward as a nation, because the Bahamas is only as great as we make it. And for us to, I hear people talk about flooding. We have drainage clearing constantly. It's done by Ministry of Works and private contractors.
Do you actually encourage them, like if you see something or part of your team actually sees something, they say something, hey, listen,
yes,
y'all got to go cut the grass, y'all got to fix this, y'all got to do that, y'all got to do drainage in these areas. Are you on these particular, these ministries to ensure that the work is done in your constituency?
Certainly. I meet with the Minister of Works constantly because I know they have the entire country. I know you have a lot going on. And I try to push Yamoussoukro in there as much as I can. And no one gets everything they want. I wish it was like that. And I'm not gonna say ever that my colleague isn't doing a good job at the Ministry of Work, because I've seen the work he's doing. They're trying to pave most of the main thoroughfares and that kind of thing. So I know that there are areas that I need paved that I got to push every day, to go every day, look in his face, hey, don't forget the Yamoussoukro. We know you say you're coming to us, but I need this to happen. I need the drainage cleared on time, so I need my contractors to be in the area working, because even when things aren't in total control, even though when we don't have total control of some of these things, we take the criticism for it. We don't pass the buck. And so we have, with extensive rain, that's the hot button issue now in one of my areas. And the water has no place to go after the drains are full. The contractor told me, he said, look, we just cleared this particular drain. He said, but have you been seeing the amount of rain? There's nowhere else for the water to go. The drains are full because the water can't go anywhere else.
Wow.
So we are, we're going to continue to work. We're going to ask for more. We have asked for more drains to be cleared. On the night of the bad storm recently, that night where you had Seabreeze and Elizabeth.
Yeah, with the tornado issue.
With that act of nature, I was out at 6 a.m. that morning, right? I jumped in my vehicle and drove the entire Elizabeth Estates, and I pinned every area that was flooded and sent to the contractor who lives actually in the area in Colony, and said, we need the drains in these areas checked and cleaned as soon as you have an opportunity. And he pointed out which ones were done recently, and they're back on the road, I think, this week. And so we're going to ease other fears concerning that. But I know it's high political time, and
it's a high political time.
Yeah, people just going to come and criticize because it benefits their party.
Yeah. Let me see if I can take this telephone call, and then I can take a quick break, and then we get back. Let's sense this. Caller on the line, go ahead.
Hi, good day.
Hi.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, Mr. Lightbourne.
How you doing?
I wanted to mention that, I don't know if Mr. Lightbourne did mention, but he's also for the youth. I wanted to know that.
Caller, go ahead. Your call dropped.
I think they dropped.
Your call drop. All right. When we get back, I want you to talk to me about the youth. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I see a telephone calls coming in, guys. Continue to be able to do that. We're going to have him for another 10 or 12 minutes or so. Anton, I see a telephone call coming. So when I come back, I'll call you, and we'll be the first person to be able to do this. All right. So we're going to take this quick commercial break, guys. Going to be right back after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to, you can be able to give us a call. We're talking with none other than Member of Parliament for Yamacraw constituency and Minister of State for the Environment, Zane Lightbourne, talking to us about those particular things. A lot of persons have called in and lent support. A lot of persons, we had one call in and lent this level of criticism, indicating that he has not cleaned the parks. And so there was clarity associated with those particular things in this, the parks being cleaned and whatnot. But I just need to know from you, what is the sentiment? Do you believe that this will be a return, not just for Zane Lightbourne, but for the PLP? We know that southern corridor, right? This is, and we have to quote Darrell Miller in this kind of a space, the southern corridor. When we see the southern corridor shift, when we see those particular things happening, then we know that is a caller coming through. Caller on the line with us live. Go ahead.
Hi, good day. I had a call earlier but got disconnected. I want to say good afternoon, Mr. Harrell, and good afternoon, Mr. Lightbourne.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to also share live on air that I'm one of the youths in Yamacraw. I've been in the youth for almost 18 years. My little brother's actually 18 years today. And we moved in Yamacraw from Bigatti Road since he was a baby. And I wanted to share a little short testimony. In 2020, during COVID, I was one of the students who was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Why does she keep dropping?
I really wanted to hear that story.
No. Go ahead. Don't stop. One of the students in high school.
It was so bad.
Okay. Start from one of the students in high school. Somebody else calling, because if you ain't calling the regular line, you know how this bust through the WhatsApp. Go ahead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to share that when I first was introduced to Mr. Lightbourne, he helped me got situated at BTVI, and I obtained my BJ.
Wow.
I just graduated July 2nd with a 3.7 with my associate JCSEs. I got only that region. He doesn't do anything in Yamacraw.
This connection is poor. Yeah.
He is.
Let me call you back, eh? Let me call you back so we could be able to have a better connection, because this connection is poor. This connection is poor. I don't know what happened, and I don't know if this is the weather or whatever the case may be, but please forgive me. But it sounds good. It sounds like if persons could be able to call in, especially young persons, to be able to give you a testimony of what you've done and what, they could remember and how you've encouraged them. This is a wonderful thing. Let me see if I can be able to get a call.
Yeah.
This.
As you do that, I heard part of what she was saying, and as a former educator, I always try to insert education in the equation. But I think she's back on.
This Anton.
Hello.
Go ahead, Anton.
Hey,
Hi,
Anton.
a pleasant good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. What's up, Anton?
Good afternoon.
Radio
Anton.
man, a pleasant good afternoon. Minister, how you doing, Minister?
I'm good, Anton. Hope your day is going well also.
It's going. I'm making it. Not feeling the best, but I'm still making it nonetheless. And I wouldn't miss the opportunity to call in and express some points while you were on the foundation with Howard. Good afternoon to the nation. Before I get into my point, let me go back to a few callers back, right? Because I'm recognizing this terrible trend that's developing in the country with the dishonest persons from the Free National Movement side of the equation, right? And that goes from persons at the senior level, come right down to the everyday person, come right down to persons who lack integrity and are unscrupulous and are prepared to come on airwaves and say anything, especially if they go unchallenged or if they are being engaged by talk show hosts who don't seek to hold them accountable and challenge what they say. Look, going back to the last FNM, that disastrous FNM government led by Hubert Minnis, and many of those persons who were part of that disastrous cabinet are still present today, right? Can you hear me, Howard?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Okay,
they are still present today and seeking to bamboozle the Bahamian people, as Howard Johnson would say, right? We have the roadworks, for instance, throughout this entire country. The roadworks fell apart underneath the previous administration. Hundreds of millions of dollars in damage was done as a result of no maintenance at all. No maintenance taking place throughout the entire country with our network of roads from the Providence to Cat Island, to Exuma, to Andros, through the whole country. The road network fell apart. What does that mean? That means if one administration allowed for the roadway to fall apart, that makes it 2 to 3 times more difficult for the new administration to find the funding, first and foremost, be able to get the work done, while still advancing new capital works and new infrastructural works that's necessary in order to keep the Bahamas positioned for continuous growth. That is what this administration, led by Philip Brave Davis, the Honorable Prime Minister, has been met with. And you would find that Minister Clay Sweeting, Minister of Works, Public Utilities, and Family Island Affairs, he has pronounced through the media that this government, through his ministry, is investing a record amount of money, hundreds of millions of dollars, in road work development, road work expansion, and in new road works throughout this country, not only focusing on Nassau, but ensuring that the Family Islands get some of that attention, that desperately needed attention, where they never had the roads in the first place. Same scenario comes right down to internet access on the parks. You had this administration, through the Minister of State, the Honorable Wade Watson, who would have put internet access with our partners at BTC and I Think Alive, who would have put internet access on all of the major parks throughout this country to ensure that children and adults alike can have the infrastructure of internet access to help them out.
You have less than 1 minute.
And even in some instances...
That's me. I put no minutes on my phone.
Can you hear me, Howard?
I put no minutes on my phone, so don't fight me, Anton. Anton, I'm going to have to call you back.
No.
Go ahead, Anton. Finish up. You got 3 minutes. I got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Let me
This phone will cut off, Anton. Go ahead.
I'll end with this one line, Howard. Look, I see the same trend developing that happened when we had those massive fires that was happening at the city dump at the time, and those massive fires ended immediately after the election. The same thing is happening all over again, and it smells fishy. These people are desperate. We got to keep them out. We can't let them take us back to Egypt. PLP all the way. Thank you for the opportunity.
I appreciate you, man. I see that he's abbreviating his things like Fred mentioned.
Anton is very strong and he is very articulate. He's a very smart guy. You can hear that he's well versed in what he's talking about. I think that the young person, and I thank him for the call, but I think just before that, the young person who got cut off, every event that we do, we try to invite BTVI, because we realize that technical skills is actually the lifeblood of a progressive country. If you have, the majority of your workers will necessarily need to grow your country and to grow your community, is persons with technical skills, persons able to do plumbing, engineering, electrical work, persons who are able to do construction. We need persons who are able to give services based on whether it's hair or body or facial stuff, massage, masseuses. We have persons who are able to cook and provide services. And if you don't have persons who can get these training, who can get this or these levels of training, you're gonna have a unskilled labor force.
Yeah.
So we're fighting against that, and I commend the young person who did BDVI and who I was able to impact, as she said, but I think it's the community was able to impact us, and it's the team, and I'm proud to have that person as a young person,
Hello?
member of Yamakro.
Hello.
Hi, yes, how are you?
Thanks so much for calling. I'm great. Go ahead.
Hi. My name is Miss Christina Adderley. I'm calling reference to Mr. Zane Lightbourne.
Okay,
And
Miss
I would
Christina
like to
Adderley.
speak- Hi, I would like to speak about Mr. Zane Lightbourne. I've known Mr. Lightbourne, and furthermore, get to know Mr. Lightbourne.
Mm-hmm.
I have found him to be a very, very wonderful, hardworking MP. I have never seen no MP work as hard as Mr. Lightbourne. Everything that he says he's going to do for his community, he brings it to the plate.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That's excellent. I appreciate you, Miss
Yes,
Lightbourne.
certainly.
You say Christina Adderley?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
Miss Adelaide, I
Christina
appreciate you.
Adelaide.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for your telephone call. I was getting one telephone call from the last digits 8,000. If you guys are listening, I'll take that telephone call. Please forgive me. I know you were trying to get through this. Last digits 8,000. Please call back if you want to be able to have this kind of a conversation with us. We do appreciate it. Zane only got 3 more minutes with me, right? You have less than 1 minute, right? So I put a minutes on the phone. Don't kill me.
Listen,
I had the time to put minutes on the phone.
I am gonna fight that you get more sponsors to your
I
show
appreciate that.
you're doing, because listen, you just did this out of one day. I heard you on the radio station. The next day, I see you have big sort of where you get the studio and this equipment from, and so just getting the phone lines. I don't know if a lot of people understand what we're working with in the background, right?
It's only my this my won't help me out with it. That's all I got.
You're using your phone.
I look at all the tape on it. I get down to Mr. Marshall now to get the next telephone so we can be able to use that,
But
right?
it's coming through. It's coming through so clearly. So it sounds like, I don't know how you're tying it in, because I don't see any
Bluetooth.
wires. So you Bluetooth it
We tied
to
it
the
to
microphones,
Bluetooth,
and
the microphone.
yeah. So you got a nice setup here, and so with calling, you're gonna get to that. I don't know if you have a text line also.
I got a text line also. I got to look at that before you get out of here. Listen, next telephone call. Call on the line. Go ahead. Call on the line with us live. Go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm calling from Yamacraw just to endorse what has been said about Zane Lightbourne and his representation in Yamacraw.
I like it, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been with his walkabout, and we have had a lot of positive responses. Persons who have never voted to support him in the past have decided, based on his representation, that they will support his.
So you think he got a shot to see it double?
He got
Two straight.
an excellent shot, but we're gonna go in as the underdog, notwithstanding that. He has an excellent shot. He's a good representation, a good representative, and has a clean hand at the national scene.
I like it, man.
And I think he'll continue to do well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your telephone call. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for being able to call and give your contributions about these things. Zane, I'll let you be able to kind of wrap it up. Now, listen, I want you to come back in October. Let me tell you why. We're going to be doing the constituency first approach, the dissecting leadership. So we're going to send out all of our polls and all these things so they can ask questions. I have 5,000 people on the list. So we're going to send it out to all those persons, because we did it last year, and persons are going to vote for what they believe you've contributed and didn't contribute. I'd love you to be able to talk with us for that.
Certainly.
It seems like you have a good team laid out. It seems like a lot of persons are kind of tuned in. I'm watching my numbers tick up. I'm watching all these particular things happen. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to see that. So we like to be able to see how that translates with the sentiment of the constituency. Let me see if I can get one or two of these texts. It says, hello. This person say, I recommend that Ellsworth Johnson not come. If Minister Lightbourne did nothing, he did more than Ellsworth. This is a text that's coming through, ladies and gentlemen. This is a true worker and champion for the people. This is Minister Lightbourne. They sent in that information for him. Let me see if anybody else got that, right? This is good afternoon. I'd like to make a call, please. Right? You did call, right? And also, he says, I've had some questions for him, right? Good day, Howard. What's up? I'm trying to call for Zane. I'm in the community and I had some questions for him. I think this person's actually reached out to you already.
Okay.
And being able to talk about these things. But Minister, I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to be here with us. I'd let you take these next few minutes before you get out of here to be able to talk directly to the people of Yamacraw.
Thank you. And I want to just piggyback off the invitation that you've given for October, because I'd love to come back every year. Even before I was a member of parliament, when I was a candidate, I had a fun run walk, a cancer event. And I am continuing that in honor of my family. I have some family members who have gone through breast cancer, all in farewell. But they were in the fight, and we have a lot of persons who are in the community who are still in the fight.
When is your walk?
The walk is the last Saturday in October. I think will be the 28th.
You should do an advertisement in the paper.
Yes, and so and I assure you I will advertise with your paper. You see, you have a paper here. You know, you have a newspaper. You're doing the news. You're doing the newspaper.
I running for no constituency, but we already had no things. Praise God, right?
So I listen. This is so important because I always tell the story. I lost my mom to breast cancer.
Yeah, I remember.
I have two aunts who would have been in the fight. One, she passed during COVID, but I have an ex-aunt who won the fight. I have a cousin now who is fighting. I have other persons in the community.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's very serious. So what we do is donate all proceeds to the Cancer Society and Sister Support Group. And we have another group that we support. We donated $1,000 each last November because our cancer event was in October. And we're going to continue that. So on the 28th, you can look forward. We'll have packages coming soon to you, application for the Fun Run Walk. And we're going to make it an event to be remembered.
Wow.
So we're going to do that. And then it's going to end with a farmer's market dedicated to pink and breast cancer awareness.
All right.
And so I just wanted the constituency of Yamakroa, the community of Yamakroa, to make sure join our Facebook page. Just press follow, because when people say, well, I didn't see, or I want to get connected, we have all the numbers there. We have links to our TikTok page, which is doing very well. We also do other national thing. I'm holding on now for the Minister of Social Services, believe it or not. So I in between me being busy in my ministry and the government work, my constituency work continues through my team. And I commend them for their hard work and their dedication and their belief in me and the Progressive Liberal Party. So I just want Yamakroa to know, stay tuned, call the office to make sure that we have you connected. And also follow us on social media, because I know that...
Give them and the office numbers.
So the office number is... let me just pull it up real quick. Do we even remember numbers that I had?
No, I don't remember numbers.
Yeah.
I hope I remember your name, because I'll find you on my phone. But if I forget your name and your number, my God, I shouldn't even be bothered with you.
I was going to call a number, but we have a text number, and we have a Yamakroa constituency.
I told you I could have built an app for you a long time ago.
Yeah, you know.
Okay,
but
good,
we have you doing other things, and that's coming. So
Praise Jesus.
It's 676-1738 and 828-1738. There are two numbers. There's a mobile number and there's an office number, and both end with 1738. And so you can
676-1738.
Yes.
826
828 1738.
828-1738.
I want to commend my family. I want to commend the stalwarts, the seniors, all of the young people in Yamakroa, and all of the constituents of Yamakroa who are using the central dumpster. Please stop dumping in the bush. I tried to solve this problem, and it's been excellent. But we still have some people who sneak in the night, and they don't know about it, and they dump wherever you cut coconut trees. Don't dump the bushes, don't dump the trash in the bush, because rats find a hiding place under them. It causes mosquitoes because water accumulates. And so we're trying to make sure we keep Yamakroa clean and keep Yamakroa progressive. The central dump site is available for everyone for free.
Put the information back up for me, please. He just wants to show off. That's all he want to do. You moved already yet? He put the information up for Yamakroa. The constituency office.
One time for Team Z. Team Z. When you see Team Z, that's a movement.
See here.
There's a lot
see here.
Okay. Hey, that's where you get that from? Because
all he want to do is show off.
If you're watching online,
all he want to do is show off.
Right. So that is the page. That is the Facebook page. And if you scroll up, you'll see a connection. You'll see the number there, 676-1738. You see where it's located. And we're opening an office in Elizabeth Estates also.
Really?
So we're gonna have two offices open, including the Urban Renewal Office that has been recently opened, that there for seniors and older persons and anyone needing urban renewal help.
Excellent.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was none other than Zane Lightbourne, who's here sitting down with us. My brother, congratulations on all that you're doing. Congratulations to you and your team. Congratulations to the effort, the commitment that you made in these particular areas. I don't think that you should slack your ride, because there could be a challenge ahead. But if you have, don't be like the tortoise in the hare. Don't go sleep on it now. Make sure that you stay steadfast in being able to do this. And, all the absolute best.
Yes.
All the best, my brother.
I appreciate
all
your
the
great
best.
advice, and I'll take your advice.
All the best on being able to do this. And like I said, don't be a stranger. You know where he is now.
I got you.
Show up. Don't just show up. Don't just show up around election time.
No, I got you.
You got to come here to me and just talk about these particular things, all right?
I got you.
All right, guys, I want to thank you so very kindly. I want to thank the minister for being able to sit here with us, Zane Lightbourne from Yamacraw, all those persons who actually contributed for the Yamacraw. I want to thank you. We got a little bit more time. We're going to talk about some stuff that's happening in the country right here on The Foundation. Let's take this quick break and be right back after this.